Hi, Joe Caparatta here, founder of Unique Corals, and I'm here to talk a little bit about the Triton method and the wonderful Core7 product. Core7 is a multi-chemical solution that balances your alkalinity, your calcium, your magnesium, your traces, and your major ions, all in a single 4-part solution. There are a few different ways you can purchase it. There's a 1-liter set, typically purchased by people with smaller aquariums, and then people with larger aquariums would purchase the 4-liter bulk set. This is the most economical way to purchase it. Then there's the liquid. For people that don't want to mix with RODI water, you can buy everything pre-mixed in these 4 solutions. You could just take these and either dose right out of them. Some people drill the tops and add a John Guest push fitting so you can dose right from it. And then some people just add these to their dosing reservoirs and you have your solution. But this is 5-liter. You may remember that there was a 10-liter available. Those are not available anymore in the US. They're a little bit too heavy. The 5-liter seemed to be what most people were chasing. So away with the 10, and now we've got the 5-liter. They are the same product, so whether you mix it with your own RODI or you buy it pre-mixed, it's gonna be the same potency, the same concentration. We do recommend that you buy the powder simply because this has a slightly higher carbon footprint. So we're gonna open these up and show you the differences between the 2 different versions. They have the same size box, and actually when you buy this 4-liter, it's like buying 3 and getting 1 free. So for multiple reasons, this is the most economical way to purchase the product. We open this up, we've got 5 parts. The little bottle I'll take out first is our 1B infusion. This is macro elements and trace elements. This is gonna get added to bottle 1. And then we've got the powder, which is bottle number 2, your powder. And then the 3 different canisters here. We've got 3A, number 1, and we've got 3B. So we've got 3A, 3B, we've got our 1B, and we've got our number 2. And what we're creating is 4 liters per solution. Now you'll say, well, how do I know how much to dose? Well, that's an easy thing. You're trying to maintain stability in your reef aquarium, namely your alkalinity. That's the #1 thing to keep stable, aside from pH and temperature and salinity, which are fairly easy in an established aquarium. Alkalinity, as the minerals are being used up by the corals inside the tank, can drop drastically, causing major shock and harm to the animals. Once you know how many minerals it takes to be dosed every day to match the mineral uptake by the corals, that becomes your mLs per day to maintain it. So if you're targeting a DKH of 8 and you know in your size aquarium it takes, say, 40 mLs of solution 1, 2, and 3A and 3B to maintain that stable alkalinity, well, that's your daily dose. Let's say you wanted to combine 3A and 3B in a 3-head doser, then you would dose 40 mLs per day of channel 1, 40 mLs a day of channel 2, and 80 mLs a day of channel 3. If it's a 4-head, then it becomes 40 mLs and 40 mLs of each of those. Now, as your corals grow, because you're providing them with all this light and love and stability and nutrients, they're gonna grow and need more minerals. So now 40 mLs a day to maintain alkalinity is no longer enough. Say 2 weeks from now, you need 42 mLs a day or 43 mLs. You will then crank up your doser on all the channels together so that each channel is now dosing the same. And when you do this, you will be matching the major and minor ions in accordance with how much alkalinity is being taken up by the coral. So it's a perfect balance, like a bowling style solution. It's a hybrid bowling. So that backs into this amazing system, which is called the Triton method, which if you're delivering your minerals every day and you're achieving that stability where you no longer have to rely on, say, a weekly water change to replenish all those ions that were used up during the week, well, now you can stop doing water changes for the sake of replenishing those ions. Water change is a tool, and that can stay in our toolbox. Well, now we've got to deal with the exporting of nutrients. And if you build a natural algae filter, which is at the heart of the Triton method, that algae filter will export the nutrients, also alleviating the need for those water changes. So in essence, you've done, through proper husbandry and system design, what a water change can do. And when you stop doing water changes, you rule out a lot of the variables that come in with the uncertainties of using RODI water. How good is your source water? How good is the salt? Is there a hot spot in the salt where there's a spike of certain ions? Is it a bad salt batch? Is it a low alkalinity batch? So anything that you can do to strip away variables will increase the odds of success. If we open up this box here, you'll see it's very similar to this. So we just opened up the 1 liter standard set of Core7 Triton method. So now we've got 1, 2, 3A, and 3B. This is your magnesium, this is your calcium, and this is your alkalinity. And there's also traces in number 1 and traces in number 2. These are both liquid. So these are already 1 liter. You can add these directly to your dosing reservoirs, no diluting with RODI water. These you would have to add to RODI water. I'm Joe at Unique Corals, and if you have any other questions, you know where to find us, and happy reefing. Thank you.